Hey, what's up, guys? It is about mow season here in Florida. Weeds are popping up. It's warm. It's muggy. Birds are chirping. It's time to go, baby, and I'm excited. But before we get going, I am going to be raising prices on some clients. I'm going to be firing some clients. And what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you the exact verbiage that I use to raise prices on clients, how I go about firing them, why I fire them, why I raise their prices. This video is going to be intended and helpful for the solo guy who is just about maxed out and needs to grow. And you're really left with one option, and that is raising prices. This video is going to help you out. Or this video is going to help out that person who has those yards on their schedule that you know that you need to raise the prices on it, man. Like you've been doing them for too long. Maybe you know the people. The yard is just not as profitable as it should be. You've been doing the same yard for 4 or 5 years now for the same price. Or you just hate the yard, Look, we're going to cover that in this video. It's going to be super beneficial for you to gain more profit this year and create a little bit of margin, a little bit of wiggle room, and flexibility in your schedule. Stay tuned. Okay, so why in the world would we go about firing clients? Don't we want the revenue? Absolutely not, man. We want high margins, okay? Top line revenue, that is just something that bogs us down in this industry. And we like to just kind of do a wiener comparison and how big is it, type thing. And look, man, nobody cares about how big your top line revenue. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what kind of margins, what kind of spread you're getting on the work that you're actually doing. And look, the fact is every single one of us have clients that are on our schedule that are really, they should not be there because they are eating up profit, okay? So look, one of the reasons that I will raise a client's prices is because they have changed the layout of the yard, okay? Let's say you have got a client going and you quoted them at 45 or 50 bucks for the yard, and then in the backyard, they decided to get cute and then all of a sudden just put tons of trinkets and tons of just little obstacles that now you have to weed eat around and just create so much more time for you. The two of the yards that I raised prices on just now on the computer, that was the reason. I didn't tell them that, but that's the reason. And again, I will go over the exact verbiage that I use. But look, if your times get messed up because the client has done something else to the yard, you have to fix it, guys. Because look, man, it is absolutely miserable doing work that is not as profitable as it should be. The second reason that I will raise prices on people's yards is if I'm getting feedback from the crew that the yard just sucks to do. I'm not going to just completely get rid of a yard like if it's a profitable yard. But you know what? If the crew is telling me like, look, there is a headache factor associated with this yard. Like there's this little ditch out front, man, that takes us a good 15 minutes to weed eat. And it just wipes us out for the rest of the day, makes us tired. I have to listen to that, okay? And we got a neighborhood in our area, dude, that the ditches are just insane. And I'll be honest with you, we can go by the square footage on the yard, but they get an automatic $20 upcharge on any single yard in that neighborhood because I know the way those ditches are. And then we got some yards in there that are just even more difficult. Our schedule is pretty full right now, but it's time to make room for easier yards, for more profitable yards. And look, I'm not going to let a client go just because the yard's a little bit difficult, but I will raise that price up so high that it will accommodate us for the extra work that it takes to do that. Because frankly, there's no other lawn company that in the area that is going to want to go over there and do that. And if they are sending their workers over there to do that for 10 or 11 bucks an hour, their workers are going to quit, dude. So like, it's a win-win situation. You have to look at these yards and decide, look, is another company going to come in here and do this yard for less than this? In my market, dude, they're not, because if they do, they're not going to be able to hold on to employees doing that type of work. Okay, so how do we go about telling clients that we're raising prices, all right? Here's what I do. Through Yardbook, I will send an updated estimate, and I will just tell them very, very simply, it'll be something like this. Dear so-and-so, as we move into the spring season of 2020, I need to adjust the price for your yard. Attached is an updated estimate that will need your approval prior to service beginning. If you would like to chat or want to know the reason behind the price increase, please call me at such and such number. If you are okay with proceeding, please just approve the estimate and we can continue service in 2020. And it's really as simple as that, okay? You don't have to give them a reason during the initial during the initial explanation, okay, I have found it's easier to just tell them this is what the price increase is going to be. And look, they may not even care what the reason is, and just give them the option to approve the estimate. If you're doing good work, you know what? They don't want to know a reason on why their price is increasing. They're just going to approve the estimate and say, all right, I know I was paying a fair price before. They're going up in their prices. Just give them the option to approve the estimate without having to have a debate or a conversation, okay? Make it easy for them to approve it. But if they do want to know the reason, okay, and they do call you and ask, say, hey, I've enjoyed the service, but I need to know, why is my price going up $15? You need to have some bona fide ammunition into why. I'm not talking about being ugly, but I'm talking about having something organized and saying, hey, we've been timing our yards, and your ditch out front, it takes our guys an extra 20 minutes to do. It wipes them out at the end of the day, and we have to be accommodated for that, because I've just noticed that your property has taken us a lot longer to do than other ones in your neighborhood, so that's the reason for the price increase. And you don't have to elaborate or argue, or if it's something like another one of my clients, I told them, say, hey, whenever we originally got going with you, the yard had a certain, layout and makeup, but, over time, you put some stuff in the backyard and it looks great, and I think it looks awesome, but it just causes us a lot longer work time at your yard, having to go around all that stuff, and that's the reason. As long as you're just very honest and very, assertive with people, man, they're not going to have a problem with it. And if they do, so what, man? Like, it's better to get rid of those yards than it is to doing work that is not profitable. So look, right now is the time to do that, dude. Like, don't wait too much longer, because you don't want to put your clients in a bind. Like, I'm not going to raise prices midsummer on clients, and then try them scramble to find a lawn company right in the middle of the heavy growing season. Give them about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, to think about it. Like, if they don't want to do, your price increase, give them the courtesy of, a little bit of a heads up rather than right in the middle of the lawn season, okay? All right, so my tip right now for you is to raise prices on those clients that you should be raising prices on, okay? Don't start the season this year and think to yourself, God, why didn't I raise the price? Why am I still doing this yard? Do it right now. Be courteous to your client, and it's only going to help your business in 2020. Good luck, guys.